I just got home from a cafe and a friend sent me a really good thread on Reddit about organic growth on Instagram with a new account, a brand new account on Instagram, organic growth posting every day. I'm going to read this on this episode of the podcast because I thought this was such a good and insightful thread. A few days ago, I shared a thread about why you shouldn't use hashtags on Instagram and how they will kill your account. This post from Instagram about not using hashtags, I turned that into a video. That video has over 500,000 views on TikTok and is doing very well on Instagram as well. And I'm thinking a lot about organic growth on Instagram recently, especially with this do not use hashtag posts. And this is a good post on organic growth. And the author also says that the author is not using hashtags. I thought there were so many things that were insightful about this. I'm just going to get to it. I'm going to read it. The thread is called, I posted 2 reels every day for a week. Here are the results. And it starts, I posted 2 reels every day for a week, so here's my progress if it is any help. I always hear stories of people going viral by following certain formulas and techniques, and they bring up your expectations of views and likes to an unrealistic standard. So this post is just a reminder that slow growth is still growth. I love that. I started this account from scratch. 0 followers, didn't make any friends, family follow it either. Its reach is purely from the consistent reels I posted. So many people say, okay, if you're on a new account, are people going to discover your content? And this person, no friends, family following the person's account. And it's just consistent reels, putting up consistent reels, which is like a cheat code for getting brand awareness right now. Reels is really a cheat code for marketing, for digital marketing. Is Instagram Reels. Amazing. So the person continues, for context, my niche is fashion related. I post outfit inspiration, styling tips, mood boards, and such. That's a very competitive field. The person is still growing. The person says, here are the stats. 4.4 thousand accounts reached in the past month, 310 accounts engaged, 720 profile activity, highest view count is 4,332, highest like count is 172. I'm aware this isn't a lot, but for a Faceless account that was made in a week, I'm pretty satisfied. This is a Faceless account that was just made very fast, and the person just posting consistent reels every day. So Faceless account, that means the account holder is not showing his or her face. Maybe he or she is using their voice, or maybe it's an AI voice. It could be an AI generated voice. Those are super popular. And I think those are actually harder to get off the ground, by the way. I think it's much easier to get off the ground when you use your actual face and your actual voice and you actually speak. I think that's a lot easier to do, but people are shy on camera. Okay, so this is what the author of the post says worked and didn't work. Number 1, trending audios does not work on Instagram. Trending audios will not necessarily give you reach. I tried a range of trending audios from over 10,000 uses to under 1,000 uses and found that neither gave me as many views as the ones with regular audio. Number 2, hashtags don't work. Hashtags make your content lost among thousands of other reels, especially since Instagram only showcases the top posts in the hashtags now. I found that the reels with fewer, more local hashtags performed well, and the ones where I spammed hashtags had poor growth. Okay, I got it wrong at the beginning of this podcast. I said the person is not using any hashtags. The person is using fewer local hashtags, which can work at the beginning to get your post off the ground. I will say my video from yesterday is up to 50,000 views in the first day, and I didn't put any hashtags with it. And it was the first reel, the first Instagram reel that I made since I can remember with this account that didn't have any hashtags on it. And I want to add, I talk about a friend on the show a lot. His name is Wanyan Official. He's up to almost 80,000 followers now on an account that was started 4 months ago. And he does not post hashtags on any of his reels, and he grew entirely without hashtags. So anyway, it looks like this is another nail in the coffin for hashtags. I just don't think they're necessary from everything that I've been reading. But if you want to use hashtags, you can use more local hashtags. But after a certain point, I think it makes sense to stop using them, and I've stopped using them. Number 3, building a community is important. I didn't realize how important it was to not only build a following, but a community. Follow back your followers, like their content, start conversations, make group chats where you can support each other. I found 2 really supportive group chats where people offered to repost each other's content on their stories, and this increased views a lot. I completely disagree with this. I actually don't think you should follow anyone back who you don't want to follow back. My friend Wanyan doesn't do it. I only follow people who I know, who I've met in person and who I know, or people whose content I really like. And actually, one of my early mistakes on Instagram was that I followed people back who followed me, and that just wasted a lot of my time. And I didn't need to do that. People who follow your stuff for your reels are going to keep following your stuff for your reels. You don't need to follow anyone back. So that person saying building a community is important, that is insecurity. That if the person doesn't follow these other people back, that they're not going to follow this person back. So that's insecurity. You don't need to do that. As for building a community, I think posting stories is amazing. Posting stories on Instagram keeps you top of mind. It keeps your brand top of mind. I really value posting stories. And using stories to do build in public. As I make my own program, I'm posting progress. I'm sharing my landing page. I'm sharing what I'm doing. And I'm sharing that on Instagram stories as well as on Twitter. That keeps my product top of mind. And it's an exciting way for me to also get feedback as I build. Number 4, quantity over quality. I always see people talking about how important quality over quantity is, but I disagree. Instagram is a quantity game. If you post consistently every day, you will be more trusted and get more viewers. I see a lot of creators post nothing for days because they only want to show the quality stuff, and I've seen them lose followers in the process. And I've personally found that reels I spend hours editing and working on will get hundreds of views, whereas the ones I've rushed will get thousands. You're better off taking a chance on a reel, even if you think it's not a quality one, because the algorithm is unpredictable. I love this, and I've seen the same thing. I've spent hours on videos that have completely flopped, and then I've spent minutes on ones that have gone viral. And the only reason I put those out is because I was focused on quantity. I make at least one video every day. On many days, I do multiple videos. Quantity over quality. Just have fun with it. And also, when you focus on quantity, you're more likely to have fun with it because you're like, it's just too stressful to put in hours onto this one video. Let me just mess around, and you can make it more fun. And I found that when I do that, when I'm focusing on quantity, I make it more fun for myself, and then my videos do better because I'm having more fun in the videos. And content is basically energy transference. If you're feeling good in your videos, people are going to feel good listening and watching you. And finally, number 5, we're at the last one, cliche, but don't give up just because you're not getting the results you want. They're right when they say consistency is key. I started off getting 100 to 150 views, and for a moment, I thought about giving up. I had seen so many content creators going viral in the beginning, so I thought it wasn't worth to keep continuing and wasting my time and energy. Nevertheless, the views increased throughout the week. It just requires time and a lot of patience. Final thoughts, consistency really works. Take risks in your content, engage with your followers. I'm going to continue posting 2 reels daily for the rest of the month. If this was helpful, I'll do another update. So this post is I posted 2 reels every day for a week. Here are the results. It's on the Instagram marketing subreddit, a new favorite subreddit of mine. And I love organic Instagram growth and organic TikTok growth, organic social media growth. I think it's so fantastic. A lot of people want it because the conversion rate on organic growth is very high, and it's a nice feeling. It's just fun. It's really genuinely fun. It's so fun to build a brand around yourself or your product or whatever it is. It's fun to build that brand and to see those numbers go up and to see the engagement go up. This is episode 292 of The Edward Show. This is my daily growth hack and growth marketing podcast. I love this post. I hope you liked it too. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye now.